Hello, fellow Nursing 472 students. My name is Whitney Ortega, and this is my Share It presentation to you all. I did my practicum site at the Southern Illinois Orthopedic Center. My topic for my presentation was staff satisfaction, and I gave my presentation over to the staff with a PowerPoint. The purpose of my presentation was to provide backup research on staff satisfaction. I completed a survey, and any staff willing and able and wanted to participate in this survey was asked within the time frame that I handed out the surveys. So the presentation gave these results and was also to go over with the staff to see if we could all come up with some resolution for the staff satisfaction survey, and go over some good and bad things that came out of the survey. My preceptor, Devin, she is a PACU nurse manager at the Southern Illinois Orthopedic Center. She's who I spent all of my time with. She has a lot of hats to play in the facility, along with her nurse manager hat. She also is an important member of the quality improvement team, and she's also does all of the employee health filing and making sure everyone is up to date on their vaccinations, that everything is good, their history and physicals are all complete for the job. She also does continuing education as well, and making sure that everyone is up to date on their ACLS, BLS, PALS, whatever they're currently certified in, and if they're getting ready to expire, to make sure that they're keeping up to date with their education. So I ran some ideas off of her to see what would be best to do as a project. And we came up with some ideas, and the idea I was most interested in was this staff satisfaction survey. So she helped me come up with the idea. I did a lot of Google searching, some educational research, and looking up articles. I felt as though that this topic with the QI study for her was most relevant to this class, being leadership and management, because I feel as though that if your staff isn't adequate, doesn't have good leadership management, and if they are not happy, you're not going to have happy patients. You're not going to have a safe environment. So the purpose of my survey was to find out, where are we getting our productivity at? Where are we lacking? And then a lot of the overview findings from the literature that I had researched is the better staff satisfaction that you have better products or profits, depending on what type of business you have, better productivity from your staff, overall better business. So if your staff is satisfied and is doing their job correctly, you don't have poor absenteeism, you decrease your safety incidences, you also decrease your staff safety incidences, and then you also decrease your nurse burnout if those staff members are happy where they are and they feel as though that they are getting the quality job that they really would like to have and to keep for a long amount of time. So the evidence-based interventions that I used was, I did an evaluation of the employee's perception of their overall job. The research that I came up with was about 10 questions to ask everyone. I had them fill out an anonymous form, and I did this over a week that I was there. Anyone who was willing and capable was able to. Obviously, I wasn't able to get a hold of every employee, depending on whether if anyone was on vacation, if anyone's sick or anything like that, or if they just weren't there at a time where I was doing my practicum. So these evaluations were based on different relationships, essential needs, whether those were met or not, staff safety, the quality of support, which includes management and teamwork ethic, job flexibility, Was this job flexible enough for them? Did that fit for them? Obviously, the pay, the benefits, different job perks that you get from individual jobs. And then, of course, job advancement. Was there any continuing education involved? Did the job allow for these employees to get further education? And then just an overall satisfaction from the employees. So I came up with this own questionnaire that I came up with. I had the staff members, whoever was very lovely to fill these out for me. They were very patient with me. So all that I required was for them to fill in their department at the very top, no name, so it was anonymous. And then the 10 questions. So this was staff perception only. And then I had them circle their agreement level. So, for example, the first question was, I have a good working relationship with my coworkers, and that assessed if they felt as though that their coworkers or management or anyone other in the facility had a good working relationship with them, and it was strongly agree, neutral, disagree, or they strongly agreed with that statement. So at the end, after picking up everyone's surveys, I did the math. I basically just filled out all of these tallies. So anything I found that was under 80%, I did not count as a satisfactory level. So those are the first things that needed to be addressed, staff satisfaction wise. So my results were 50% of staff were not satisfied with the compensation of pay and or with the premium of their insurance. I did give all of the staff members time if they had any questions, or if I had any questions for them, or if they made any comments at the bottom of their survey, to please let me know. So for example, there was a few staff members that were kind of neutrally satisfied about their resources that they received. Well, there was a specific resource, and there was a problem with the linen company that provides their linen scrubs for the surgical side of the facility, that those weren't adequately being supplied to them. So another thing in my PowerPoint was, how do we fix this? Luckily, I had already talked to management, and they were already getting that addressed, and staff, by the time of the end of my practicum, was already starting to receive better essentials when it comes to just attire, because of course they have to get all their scrubs supplied by that certain linen company. So that was one of the things that I addressed with them as well. I was able to let everyone view the graph that I had made in my PowerPoint presentation, showing the dissatisfied parts of the survey as well as the very satisfied parts of the survey. For example, that question number 1 about the teamwork, 100% of the staff was satisfied with the teamwork that they receive with their other staff members. So everyone was getting adequate teamwork, adequate flexibility in their schedules. Everything was good and happy there. So the plan was just to continue with that, and then to address the weaknesses. So when I was speaking with the staff and giving my presentation, I feel as though the takeaways from it is that everyone has different opinions about just what the important thing in their job is, and if they're being compensated correctly for what they need. This certain facility seems like they don't pay their staff maybe like the staff would prefer, but it may make up in other aspects like the teamwork, the flexibility, the office perks they really enjoy and stuff like that. The scheduling, it's a Monday through Friday surgery center, so they don't have to work call, they don't have to work weekends, so a lot of the staff is willing to give that up. Even though they're not happy about it, they are giving it up for those certain perks. So the summarized main points is just to discuss the importance of the job satisfaction. I reviewed those results with them. I addressed all of those strengths and weaknesses that I did get out of the results and the statistics from the survey. And then if we just, of course, discussed ideas on how to improve and how to get better and what things need to be addressed first to get better quality and staff satisfaction, to improve productivity, less absenteeism, and then just overall staff health and wellness. I feel like the survey did work very well. I wish that I would have had a longer length to get more staff members involved. Because of course not every employee was there when I was giving the survey out. And that my takeaway points are just that good management and good leadership really make a place of where you need to work. If you don't have that, I feel like your job and your facility just doesn't run as smoothly and as efficiently as anybody would need to do it. And that this just increases my awareness of the importance of staff satisfaction, because if the staff are healthy and happy and they're getting the health and the safety that they need, that obviously makes everyone happy, and it makes everyone work very well together. I hope that you enjoyed my presentation here, my Share It presentation. And I hope you all enjoyed this class. Thank you.